Hello and welcome to this presentation. My name is Ron John, and in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to go over the 4 aspects of the Great Relationships University opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to own your own home-based business and work it on your own pace, on your own time, anywhere you are in the world where you can have internet. And I'm going to go over the 4 aspects. The first aspect is about the company and the product. I'll tell you the story about the company, how we got started. Number 2 is how you can partner with our company, how you can own your own home-based business, and how you can follow a system so you can become successful with our company and make a pretty substantial, lucrative income. Number 3 is the 5-year game plan. And number 4 is how to get started with us. I'll tell you a little bit about the company, but I encourage you to watch the full-length video explaining the company and the product and everything that goes along with it, or go for yourself, visit www.greatrelationshipsu.com. We'll show you more information. But I am the founder. My name is Ron John, and I migrated to the US, Alaska of all places, when I was way young, and I barely spoke English. And because of this inability to speak English, I had a hard time connecting with people. And I grew up all through my adulthood not being able to build relationships with people, not being able to connect, being very shy, not having any confidence or self-esteem. And so, as you can tell, I had relationships I just went through a rough divorce. I just had bad relationships overall through my adulthood. And what happened was I drew a line in the sand and I said, enough is enough. I really have to figure this out. I'm embarrassed and I'm an adult and I don't know how to connect with people. I don't know how to communicate. I don't know how to negotiate. I don't know how to communicate my feelings. I don't know how to make friends and influence people and persuade people. I want to learn all these things that I see all these other successful people do. How can they communicate so well? How can they connect so well? How can people have great relationships with other people? So I wanted to figure that out for my life, and I started reading books. Now, I never touched a book after I graduated high school, but I read a book that it was a silly book, taught me how to connect with women. And it was silly, but it gave me an epiphany. And the epiphany was that there are books out there, resources out there that will give you information on how to connect with people, how to build relationships with people, even how to negotiate well, how to sell to your clients, how to sell to customers, how to influence and persuade people to do what you want. And so over the next 12 years, I became a fanatic. I became obsessed of learning all of this information. To which case I became a part of a $1 million organization. I spent tens of thousands of dollars to get around mentors who would teach me, coach me on influence, persuasion, communication, and relationships, dating coaches, business coaches. And I traveled all up and down California and Florida, and sometimes in other parts of the country to be around these people. I spent time studying with the founder of neurolinguistic programming, Richard Bandler, an amazing individual. And I even became a part of secret societies, and I worked with a company and built a sales organization in 64 countries. And after 12 years, I've written the book, Relationships 101. I founded an amazing company here in Las Vegas called Tantra Therapy. And they asked me, how do you get to deal with these people? How do you become so influential with these people? How do your clients leave you raving reviews? Well, I'm going to teach that in the Great Relationships University online course. And the reason why I built the company GRU is because these were things that were missing in my life, these abilities. And it took me so long and so much money, tens of thousands of dollars, to be around mentors and to learn this information. But what I'm going to do with the Great Relationships University is I distilled all the information down so that you can learn it in light speed. You can learn it in however long you watch the training videos, 12-hour plus training. It's actually way more than 12 hours because every week on the group, when you become part of GRU, you become part of a private group, and every week we do 1 hour of live training every week. So there's way more than 12 plus hours of material in this course. But the course comprises of 6 courses. Let me just write it down for you. Hopefully you could see that. Number 1 is Mindset Mastery. Mindset Mastery. And Mindset Mastery will teach you how to be good at seduction. Seduction is not bad or good. It's just the way you influence people. It's manipulation, how to master manipulation. One of the videos that I have that has gotten over 33,000 views is how to protect yourself from manipulation. How to protect yourself from bad manipulation is to know how it works. We teach you how to do that. And we talk about being fearless, conquering your fear, how to develop identities, the secret about identities, the three archetypes of people that have become not one of the three archetypes, have become the super archetype of an individual. When it comes to self-validation and neurolinguistic programming processes, what are the neurolinguistic processes of the mind that you can control? How to control the ego, I like to say, how to make your ego your bitch, how to control your ego. The thing that's stopping you from doing the things that you want and getting the results that you want is a lot of it has to do with your ego. The second course is Enlightened Success. We define the word success and then we define enlightenment and we combine them, because you don't need years and years and years meditating to reach enlightenment. You can reach enlightenment right now. And how do you do that? That's what we teach. We teach 3 principles that will make you self-satisfied, fulfilled, happy, successful. And a combination of those will radiate to other people and you'll become sublimely attractive. So number 2 is actually how to be attractive. You will become attractive. People will want to love and be around you. Number 3 is hypnotic communication. I am a clinically trained hypnotist, and I trained under Richard Bandler, the founder of neurolinguistic programming, and I teach you all the neurolinguistic processes of the minds, of language, hypnotic communication. There are things that you can say that are really hypnotic. There are words that you can say that are really hypnotic, whether through communicating one-to-one or one-to-many, or communicating in your social media, communicating in your writing. How do you write hypnotically? We're going to teach you that. How do you use sensory language? How do you capture the imagination of the person you're talking to? How do you use your tonality? How do you use your body language to communicate with people? Most people think the words matter. Words do matter, but more powerful than words is tonality. And more powerful than tonality is something more powerful. 70% of your communication is your body language. So that's what we teach in the hypnotic communication part. How do you embed commands so that people will do what you want even though you're not telling them to do what you want? It's very powerful techniques and strategies. Number 4 is communicating and speaking well. Communicating and speaking well. How do you communicate well? How to speak well? Some things we talk about here is tonality, words, what is the meaning of words, and how can you use words to influence people? How to maneuver conversations so that you can get the person to where you want them to be. When you begin conversations with people, you have a primary goal. If you don't have a primary goal, it's not a very effective communication. Every communication you have in your life, if you have an intention, you'll become very effective and very powerful. And we teach you how to do that. We teach you step by step the processes of that. We teach you the structuring of language, how our language is structured. Now, I don't mean English, Japanese, or Chinese. I'm talking about how words are put together to become more and more effective. Now, this 5th one is really powerful, social dynamics mastery. Social dynamics is how you interact and interface with people. The thing that makes this university, this online course really amazing is that everything you do in your life will have to deal with people. Do you have the skills to be able to deal with people and build great relationships with people? I don't just mean romantic relationships. I mean relationships, friendships, and colleagues, and partnerships, and relationships with your clients and customers. How do you deal with them? How do you get them to do what you want? How do you influence them, persuade them to do the right thing? These are things we talk about. And social dynamics is really powerful because we talk about how to maneuver conversations, how to maneuver communicating with more than one person. How do you maneuver communicating with a large group of individuals? Like I said, I built an organization in 64 countries, and what I did was I traveled and I taught people leadership. I taught groups of sales and affiliates how to communicate well, and how to market their products, how to market their brand. So essentially, we teach you how to brand yourself here as well. And we also teach mind control here. Mind control is not something you think it is. It's something very different. If you're able to control your mind, we teach mind control and mindset mastery. But if you're able to control your mind, you're able to transfer that to the people around you, and you will develop confidence in them. They will feel you're confident. They will feel you have high self-esteem. They will feel you're worthy of following. You're worthy of listening to. That's what mind control is. And of course, this is really powerful, networking. How do you network powerfully? Networking is the business that I was in for a very, very long time. It's the way I built an organization in 64 countries, and we're going to teach you all those secrets in networking. Number 6 is my favorite, of course. It's relationship mastery. I am the author of Relationships 101, and this is a 5+ hour course on relationships. Is how to develop relationships, how to have great romantic relationships, what are the dynamics between men and women, what's the difference. If you don't know those differences, you're going to suffer. I just coached an individual the other day, and I just talked about the very simple aspects of hormones, and the way women communicate is different than men communicate. And just that little conversation changed his relationship. He went from a problematic relationship to a relationship where both people are non-judgmentally accepting and appreciative of each other. Just one little coaching session, not even 30 minutes. Imagine 5+ hours of teaching you the thing about relationships that makes them great. I talk about unconditional love. I talk about the double bind in women, how men and women appear crazy to each other, but you're not crazy. You just don't understand each other. Taking this course will make you understand the sexes. We talk about open communication and non-judgmental acceptance, the very premise of a great relationship. Most people don't have this, and I guarantee you don't have this. Until you learn it, you will never have it. We talk about contracts, and we talk about sexual play. I was a professional dominatrix for over 6 years. I know a lot about this, and building a family, and we talk about the 20 laws of leadership. We talk about that. And so this is the course. Now, how do you imagine it would cost for a course, a 12+ hour course? Have you ever been a 12+ hour course? If you were to attend a 3-hour course, you'd probably spend thousands of dollars to attend that course, especially with the things that we talk about. We talk about influence, seduction, persuasion, social dynamics, how to maneuver, how to negotiate, how to deal with people, how to get what you want, how to build great relationships. How much do you think that's worth for 12+ hours of that? Well, if you imagine it'd be around $10,000 to attend that course, you would probably be right. But you're not going to have to spend that. All we ask is, be ready, $97. Now, why do we only ask for $97? Why is it so cheap? Everybody that I show this to, they say, man, you're charging way too little. Here's why. It's because I don't want just people that have money to have the ability to access this course. I want everybody, every one of you to have access to this course. I want everybody to have great relationships. I want everybody to know how to communicate. I want everybody just like me, because when I came here to the US, I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to persuade. I didn't know how to connect with people. I didn't know how to communicate with more than just one person. I didn't know how to be in social situations. I didn't know how to build great romantic relationships. And if I had this course, man, I would have paid an arm and a leg for it. But I want everybody to have this information. And I want you to imagine all of your friends having the ability to communicate, having the enlightenment, having the lack of fear, having all of these, becoming attractive, and every one of your friends having this enlightenment. How would it feel to be able to have this kind of network? This is why we wanted the ordinary person to have access to this information. So you don't have to spend $10,000. You can just spend $97 and you have access to this course. So what we're going to do now is we're going to transition into the business. The Great Relationships University online course with the 6 courses is an absolutely amazing product. I encourage you to get it. But how can you partner with our company now and build your own home-based business and follow our system so you can become successful? There were 3 ways that we could market this product. We could build a brand around it and then market it into the people and run ads and do our own marketing for the company. Or we could hire affiliates, kind of like salespeople. We can hire affiliates, kind of like Amazon, and we can have them sell the product. Or we could opt out and do something called social marketing. Now, I discovered this industry, this amazing industry, a long time ago in 2011. I discovered social marketing, and I'll show you why it's really powerful. More powerful than this, and this is why we chose social marketing. Robert Kiyosaki, he is the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. He talks about the 3 ways that you can make an income. He talks about you make employment income. There's portfolio income, and then there's passive income. And employment income is obviously the money you make when you work for someone else. And the problem with this is when you stop working, you stop what? You stop getting paid. Portfolio income is, for example, when you buy real estate, when you have assets and then you sell it off, that's called portfolio income. Passive income is completely different. Passive income is money coming in, whether you're sleeping or you're awake, whether you're traveling or not. They're coming in no matter what. And there's a lot of ways to make passive income. You can invent something and get royalties from it. You can star in a movie and get royalties from that. You can represent a brand and you can get royalties from that. There's a lot of ways to make passive income. And so what we decided to do, and the reason why this business is so beautiful and amazing, is because you have the ability to develop passive income. Let me show you how you can make passive income with this company, how you can build a passive income business. Now, the numbers I'm going to show you here is going to look like a lot of money. So what I want to encourage you to do is know what's possible for you, but it only comes with work ethic. If you stick to it and you follow the system and you follow the plan and you do the work for a long enough time, you're going to get the income. It's going to be simple, but it's not going to be easy. You got that? So the business model we have is social marketing. Social marketing, and we follow something called the 4-tier compensation plan. And I'm going to show you how it works. So let's say you become an ambassador. You say the product is amazing, GRU, the online course is amazing, I want to take it, I can't wait to tell other people about it. Imagine if you saw an amazing movie. The other day I just watched an amazing show and I raved about it on my social media. Did the show pay me any money to tell other people about the show? No. Do the movies pay you to tell other people that it's a great movie? No, of course not. So this is what social marketing is. You become a part of the company. You become attached to the company. You become a GRU, Great Relation University ambassador. You became an ambassador, and now you have the ability to take part of the compensation plan where 80% of the money going into the company goes to your organization, goes to the field. 20% goes up to the company. I myself, I am part of the 80%. I am in the field just like you. The 20% that goes to the company pays for the website, pays for the infrastructure, pays for the coaching that's in the group, pays for the upkeep of the group. 80% will go to us as GRU ambassadors. I'm a GRU ambassador just like you. Now let's say you introduce this to Jane, and Jane says, wow, this product is amazing. They either click on your link or you tag them on this video, they get started, or they go to your website. By the way, when you become an ambassador, you have an amazing, beautiful website. If you check out greatrelationshipsu.com, check out the website. That's going to be your website as well. You're going to get that website as well. So Jane goes to your website. Jane signs up. Jane says, hey, I want to become an ambassador as well. She now becomes a part of your organization. She becomes what's called as your level 1. You can have an unlimited people in your level 1. Let's say you introduce this to 100 people and 50 of them want to become ambassadors, or 20 of them wants to become ambassadors. You have now 20 people in level 1. But let's say Jane introduces to Brad, and Brad says, wow, this is an amazing opportunity. I want to become an ambassador. Now Brad becomes attached to Jane, who is attached to you. Now Brad is your level 2, and so on and so forth. Level 3 and then level 4. Now you make a very tiny commission from your different levels. You make a 40% commission from your own production. So let's say this is a $97 product, and there's also an opportunity to be part of the membership group, where you become part of the group and you have access to weekly trainings, and that's going to be $20 per month. You also have access to that. You make 40% of anyone you enroll into the $97 course. And when they become a part of the membership, you also get 40% of that income. But here's the thing about your level 1, you make 18% of your entire level 1 revenues. So you make 18%. Anytime, for example, Jane signs up somebody in the $97 course, Jane makes 40%, and you make 18% of that. You make 18% of that, the $97 course and the $20 membership. On your level 2, you make 10, 8, and 4%. Now you have an unlimited number of people that you could be on your level 2s, level 3s, level 4s. I want you to imagine how substantial that income would be. Now I like to call this the equal opportunity. Here's why. It's because in corporate America, it's a little bit backwards. The CEO is the person that makes the most money. The president makes less money than CEO. The managers make money than then the president, the supervisors make money, then the managers, and then there's you who makes the least money. And they don't want you to promote. They don't want you to promote because you're taking their spot. And so here is an equal opportunity because if Brad, for example, were to produce a lot, Brad could make more money than Jay, more money than me, more money than anybody else if he works the business and he stays and becomes consistent. He can make more money than any one of us. Anyone who has the diligence, the consistency, and the work ethic to work their business, their GRU business, and it is your very own particular business, and so you work it the way you want. But we do have a system in place where we teach you how the system works, and we teach you the step-by-step processes to build a brand and market the product and provide you all the resources you need to be able to build your business. No matter what experience you have, you don't need any experience. So now let's talk about the 5-year game plan. The 5-year game plan. In the next 5 years, are you going to be working or not working? Well, look at your history. The last 5 years, were you working or not? Of course, you're never going to stop working. So let's make a delineation so that it makes better sense for you between your GRU Ambassador business and then your employment or your self-employment business. So what's the difference? In the next 5 years, how many people are going to be working, contributing to your income? How many people are going to contribute to your income? In your employment and your business, in the next year, how many people are going to contribute to your income? 1 person. In the next 2 years, how many people are going to be contributing to your income? 1 person. In the next 3 years, how many people are contributing to your income? 1 person. 4 years, 5 years. The next 4 years, the next 5 years, 1 person is going to be contributing to your income. And here's the problem with this. J. Paul Getty, the multi-billionaire, said, I'd rather get 1% of 100 men's effort than 100% of my own effort. Because if you stop working, guess what? If 100% of your money comes from you, you stop working, you stop getting paid. Your family, you stop supporting your family when you stop working. But here's the thing about the GRU Ambassador. Let's say, let's be very, very conservative, and let's say you just find 5 people. Let's say you introduce this to 20 people or 100 people, and 5 of them want to become ambassadors with the business. Now there are 5 people that are contributing to your income after 1 year. Let's be very, very conservative. Let's say those 5 also find only 5 people in the next year. So in year 2, you now have 25 people in your organization. Let's say, be very conservative, 25 people find 5 people. In the next year, that's 125 people in your organization. The 4th year, 625, and the 5th year is the magic, 3,125. If 625 people get 5 people, you get 3,000 people in your organization. This is passive income. Remember the 4th tier, anything that is on level 1, 2, 3, or 4, that's all passive income. This is all passive income contributing to your income. So let's say they produce on average about $100 to make the numbers easy, $100 of volume. This is volume of sales. That's not money you make or anything. But let's be very, very conservative, and you only make 5%. You only make 5%. You can't even see that, can you? Okay, you see that number? Okay, let's say you can only make 5% of this. How much would that be? That would be, let's put this there, can you see? 5% of 312,000 is 15,600. That is per month. That is income coming to you, whether you work or not. So that's not a guarantee of income. That's just what it looks like if you were to build a business, if you stay consistent, if you work diligently. I had, for example, a guy named Arthur in the previous company that I worked with. And Arthur, he introduced us to a yoga teacher, and the yoga teacher introduced it to a different person. And their company compensation plan was actually a binary. We have a unilevel. They had a binary. It's different. I don't like binaries. But Arthur introduced it to a yoga teacher who introduced it to other and built a big business. And Arthur retired, not really working the business much. He just didn't do much of the business. But because he introduced it to some people, he got a passive income of a 5-figure per month passive income. So this is the power of this. The power of this is teamwork. Other people's success is your success, and your success is their success. My success is your success, and your success is my success, which is an incentive for me to help you and support you, which is an incentive for everybody to work together to a common goal. So here's what I encourage you to do to get started right now. I want you to go back to the person that introduced you to this video and get started with GRU. How much does it cost to become a GRU ambassador? It's free. All we ask of you is that you join also the Great Relationships University online course. Why? It's because we want you to be a product of the product. We don't want you telling other people about the product when you've not taken it yourself. In fact, we don't want any ambassadors that haven't taken the product. Do you understand? So go back to the person who introduced you to this video. Tell them you want to get started with GRU. Tell them you want to become an ambassador, and they'll give you the link to sign up. And you'll also have access when you sign up to become an ambassador. You'll get access to your back office, your online portal. There you'll have steps to get started, how to get paid. You get paid weekly, every Sunday. You get paid through PayPal, and if you don't have a PayPal account, you can just make one easily, and you get paid every Sunday. And you'll get an invitation to our private Facebook group where we teach you branding. And we have a separate video I want you to look at on the things you get when you become an ambassador. There's over $15,000 of worth of value in that group that you will learn how to brand, how to market, how to be persuasive in your marketing, how to prospect, how to communicate with people so they can appreciate the product. That is an amazing group. And you become a part of a mastermind of people that are building the same business as you, and you have all the support you need. And in that group, we show you the system that you want to follow so you can build a really, really large business. And when you get started as an affiliate and you get an invitation to our private Facebook group, when you get added to the group, go to the Unit 1 on the Unit tab and watch the onboarding videos, 30 minutes of training, how to launch your business and how to become a brand ambassador with GRU, how to build your own business, how to market, and how to brand yourself on your social media, how to use your social media to make you lots and lots of money. I'll talk to you next time.